Hey, alright, so I hope you can hear me, as I always say. And, so in my last video, I believe I was on the Venta rune. I kinda didn't make a progress report about myself maxing it and the Frostbite rune from Arctic. Um, so yeah, that happened. Also, if you do get Frostbite rune, hang on. The hidden talent that it unlocks is over. Just if you go behind, jump onto this in that island right there. Okay, that's one way to get to it. But because of the barrier, you can't just directly walk to it. So I'm just gonna like, what? Ah, okay, well you saw where it was, but it gives you I think plus 50 million rune bulk. That means base rune bulk, so it does get multiplied by whatever multipliers you have. Um, And so why I made this video is because the next rune after color is going to be Odyssey, which is really exciting because that's how you get the 5 million rune starring. So let's go get it. All right, give me my Odyssey. I feel like I'm not positioned correctly. I walk too fast. Okay, so um, I have enough to buy. Hmm. Oh yeah, by the way, in case you were wondering, yes, I got Odyssey. In case you were wondering, Vanta took me. So I AFK'd on this game for the larger portion of 3 days of me being awake and 2 overnights, and I currently have this much playtime. So it took me like a good 70 hours. It was quite a bit of time. But let's see Odyssey's stats. I know it is an exponential rune, but it also has these things. Bruh. Oh, it's one of these kinds of runes where they don't do anything I feel like all the later game runes are just well, these kind of runes. They just want you to stay on the game as long as possible. I might go upgrade that 1.1 times rune speed. But that might not be wise since Odyssey does provide rune bulk multiplier, and then that would the carrot rune bulk talent would be better. Hmm. Okay, so I guess I'll probably name this video something about me having another yap session. So I'm gonna start talking. Uh, so I have a Minecraft server that I made for my troop, and it's 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 doing pretty good. I'm gonna say. I actually, when I joined, I actually was the original like progressor, if you will. You know, I got iron first. I started mining first, and then I left the server for a little bit. And then rejoined and I just started like building stuff instead of making progress. And during that time, in like 2 days, one of the guys on the server has managed to make nearly maxed out on enchants, netherite armor. Uh, and and he has enough diamonds to just give me a full set of diamond. And I know 2 days is quite a bit of time, but he doesn't play the server all the time. Like he's not on that much. Well, he wasn't on that much. So yeah, that was intriguing. And then one of the so our troop has a male like troop, right? Yeah, a male troop and a female troop. I'm not gonna tell you the number of it because safety reasons and whatnot. Just like I probably won't tell you like the state I live in, or at least not the city I live in. But anyways, um, wait a minute. I just lost my train of thought. Okay, so one of the girl. Okay, so there's gonna be a couple of characters in this little story. Um, what do I name them? I'll name them Mm. Hmm. These are females, by the way, but I'm gonna name them Ronald and Garrison. Yeah, Ronald and Garrison. I do believe those are the only two characters in this little story. Well, true story I'm gonna tell. Okay, so wait, no, there's another person. Let's call him 什么？我会的，我会的，你可以盖上。Oh my goodness. Okay, so my mom was calling me to put the lid on this thing, and she was like, and she's like, you gotta put the lid on it, right? And I'm like, okay. And she's like, Daniel. After that, okay. So, um, what was I saying? I forgot. And in case you're wondering, I don't have beef with my mom. It's just it's hard to record while she's because so we came from China, right? Yeah, I'm a first generation immigrant, and in China it is by culture that we talk extremely loud. It's just absolutely mind-blowingly loud. Like my mom casually calling my brother for dinner. If I'm outside and all the doors are shut, I can hear it loud and clear. So it's yeah. Anyways, um, what was I saying? Hmm. Oh yeah. So let's see. Characters: Ronald, um, Garrison, and let's call the other one Birmingham. Like Birmingham Palace. That's the name of the palace, right? Okay. So, um, Ray. Wait. Yeah. Ronald has just joined the server, and she is just exploring and stuff. And we just start chatting, and I forgot how it came to this, but I asked her the age of Garrison, who I don't know what her age is, right? And Reagan's like, should I say the age? I'm not gonna say the age, but I'm just gonna say it was not what I expected. So that's all you need to know. And then Ronald was like, why do you ask? And I'm like, oh, I thought she was blank age. That was not her actual age. And he's like, oh, okay. And later I'm like, so I was talking. Oh, there's another character in the story that I will only mention once. I'm gonna call him. This is a guy. I'm gonna call him. Mm, David. I'll call him David. So I say to Ronald like, hey, I was talking with to David, and we were just doing like hear me outs, and then after saying the Easter Island Moai and the Statue of Liberty, I said what did I say to name her again? I said Garrison, and Ronald's like, what? So this is some crazy news, sir. And I told her about this. So this one time we were having a lock-in as a troop. Well, both troops connected, right? The males and the females troops, uh, and so it was Birmingham, another guy who's not really important in this story, another girl who's not really important in this story, and then what's her name again? That I named her Garrison, right? So Garrison has brought an air mattress, and she's just lying down in the corner with this air mattress. And what's his name? That I said I was naming. Oh yeah, and Birmingham, right? Birmingham is a he's a pretty short dude. So Garrison is taller than him. That's also why I thought she was older than she was. But anyways, so Garrison's like, um, I forgot how this happened, but Garrison eventually comes to a position where he is lying down on top of um Garrison, yeah, Garrison. And this is not in like a he's just lying down directly on top of her, like head right between her um I'm just gonna say it. Head no, I'm not gonna say it. Head right between her melons, and his I think his feet were like basically on top of her feet because he's once again pretty short. They are the same age though. Um, and I'm like, Birmingham, you're so damn bad because he is. I mean, he is a freaky dude. So it would make sense. I would say that. And he goes, nah, Daniel, because okay, that is my name. That's not some disguised name I made for myself. But he's like, nah, Daniel, you're just jealous. I'm like, what? And Garrison, it suggests that is like to put it in less to put it in other words, she suggests I swap places with Birmingham, which is absolutely crazy because after I found out her age, okay, I actually not am not sure if this happened, but I'm pretty sure it did happen. I did decline, but because I don't, I mean I Garrison is objectively very attractive, but I don't think that kind of interaction would be healthy. Anyways, oh yeah. Also, I think I would probably squish her because I'm kind of a big dude compared to her. Uh, anyways, and so I was telling it was on the Minecraft server, and I was telling what am I said for her? I was telling Ronald about this, and she was like, "What? That's crazy." Um, she was like, "Man, Garrison, I had hope in you, but." So let me think. Moral of the story: don't be down bad for people, guys. It's not healthy, even if in the moment it might feel good. I mean, I didn't even learn it the hard way. And then also, not to mention, later one of the adult leaders came by and he was like, you guys need to like separate up. I was just over there, just sitting on my phone. I wasn't actually doing the cuddling that Birmingham and Garrison were doing. By the way, it was like they had a blanket over them too. It was so who knows what could have been actually going on under there. I'm not making any suggestions because they're both underage, but oh yeah. So I did find out what's her name. Garrison is 2 years younger than me. So and because I'm not exactly full of years yet, maybe once I'm like 25, that would be fine. But currently, but with my age, I don't think that would be fine. I'm gatekeeping my age. However, I believe in another video I already said how old I am, so you can go find that video if you feel like it. Um, all right, now what does it say? I need ice. That's what I need. Okay, so that yeah that kind of happened. Um, and then this is by the way, Garrison has a girlfriend, I think. Well, technically the I'm just gonna say the romantic partner, the person she's dating, right? Thinks she's a guy, but I mean she doesn't even take much offense when I call her you know by the by her actual birth gender. So I'm not exactly sure what she's thinking. She also does not look like a guy. Like she doesn't like she might be attempting to be trans, but she also does not pass. And she's I'm pretty sure she's too young to make that decision for herself yet. And the decision was already made when she was born. But anyways, oh yeah, that's why I wanted ice. I need to get chromatized. I'll make another video about getting chromatized. I'll probably max it out. I'm guessing. So, all right. Novum Trigentillion, yo. All right, how much ice can I get? Okay, okay. TSGCE. I believe that's Trisigrin. It's Sigrintillion, right? Trisigrin Centillion. Novem Sigrin Centillion, or maybe it's Sigin, but probably Sigrin. All right. Um. Oh, I do not know what that would be. Okay. Novem Trigintillion icicles. Let's go. And I get a little bit more prisms now. I'm hoping to be able to get Galactic Room, but I'm guessing you need this QI to be like um 1e600, or well, that would be a ducentillion, right? Like a ducentillion times larger. So that would be really sad. I have not gotten a lot of Odyssey though. All right, returning to the rune. So I think, I mean, I don't really have anything more to say. Uh, Instead of my usual just evangelizing in a video, I realize that's not exactly something that a lot of people are gonna necessarily be like, ah, this guy was talking about ev- evangelizing me online. I'm guessing you're not gonna, if you're not Christian, you're not gonna exactly do anything about that. So I'm just gonna read a Bible verse, I guess, or perhaps a chapter for those who are already Christian. Um, all right, so this is going to be the Sermon on the Mount, I believe. I think, because Jesus goes up onto a mountain and then starts preaching. Um, so this is Matthew chapter 5. All right, here we go. And seeing the multitudes, he, as in Jesus, went up on a mountain, and when he was seated, his disciples came to him. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are those who blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when they revile and persecute you, and say all kinds of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so they persecuted the prophets who were before you. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its flavor, how shall it be seasoned? Uh, I need to see the time I have left. Um, Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. Wait, hang on. But if salt loses its flavor, how shall it be seasoned? It is then good for nothing but to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men. You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden, nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lampstand, and it gives light to all who are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Do not think I came to destroy the law or the prophets. I did not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For assuredly I say to you, till heaven and earth pass away, one jot or one tittle will by no means pass away from the law until all is filled. Whoever therefore breaks one of the least of these commandments and teaches men so shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever does and teaches them, he shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say to you that unless your righteousness exceeds the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, you will by no means enter the kingdom of heaven. You have heard that it was said to those of old, You shall not murder, and whoever murders will be in danger of the judgment. But I say to you that whoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whoever says to his brother Raka, I believe that means something like idiot or fool, shall be in danger of the council. But whoever says you fool shall be in danger of the hellfire. Therefore, if you bring your gift to the altar, and there remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go your way. First be reconciled with your brother, and then come and offer your gift. Agree with your adversary quickly while you are on the way with him, lest your adversary deliver you to the judge, and the judge hand you over to the officer, and you be thrown in prison. Assuredly, I say to you, you'll by no means get out of there until you have paid the last penny. By the way, I think this is the Gideon's translation, so it's much more American English. Um, you have You have heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not commit adultery. But I say to you that whoever looks at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out and cast it from you. For it is more profitable for you that one of your members perish than for your whole body to be cast into hell. And if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off and cast it from you. For it is more profitable for you that one of your members perish than for your whole body to be cast into hell. Therefore it has been said, whoever divorces his wife, let him give her a certificate of divorce. But I say to you that whoever divorces his wife for any reason except sexual immorality causes her to commit adultery, and whoever marries a woman who is divorced commits adultery. Again, you have heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not swear falsely, but shall perform your oaths to the Lord. But I say to you, do not swear at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne, nor by earth, for it is his footstool, nor by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. Nor shall you swear by your head, because you cannot make one hair white or black. But let your yes be yes, and your no be no, for whatever is more than these is from the evil one. I'm gonna cut in a little bit. So for all y'all who say on God all the time, shut up, bruh. You have heard it was said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I tell you, do not resist an evil person, but whoever slaps you on your right cheek, turn the other to him also. And if anyone wants to sue you and take away your tunic, let him have your cloak also. And whoever compels you to go 1 mile, go with him too. Give to him who asks you, and from him who wants to borrow from you, do not turn away. You have heard it was said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say to you, love your enemies, bless those who curse you, do good to those who hate you, and pray for those who spitefully use you and persecute you, that you may be sons of your Father in heaven. For he makes his sun rise on the evil and on the good, and sends rain on the just and on the unjust. For if you love those who love you, what reward have you? Do not even tax collectors do the same? And if you greet your brethren only, what do you have more than others? Do not even tax collectors do so? Now, in case you didn't know, in their culture, tax collectors were worse than just the general sinners. So yeah. And if you greet your okay, therefore you shall be perfect, just as your Father in heaven is perfect. All right. So that was the a part of the Sermon on the Mount, and is definitely some hang on, definitely some extremely high moral standards that is very difficult for anyone to follow. But as Jesus did say it, we should all take heed to follow this. I'm guessing if you're watching this, you're still in school. So whether you're a popular kid, an unpopular kid, or somewhere in between at your school, please do know that everyone, you, the person sitting next to you at lunch, and the guy who is constantly made fun of, are all made in the image of God. And when Jesus has said this about your brother, when he says your brother and stuff, and in your neighbor in this passage, he means that person, everyone, really. So, as if you're a Christian, originally Christians were called followers of the way. They called themselves followers of the way. However, the name Christian was not a name they gave themselves, but rather people who were non-Christians saying, wow, these people act so much differently. And it was not in some sort of hateful way. They act so much differently. And sometimes, they did the miracles in order to get more people to be Christians despite the persecution. But they act so much differently that these guys made a name for them that they did not make for themselves. So do consider that whenever you're like planning to evangelize, planning to tell someone about Christ. Christianity is not only telling but also showing. So yeah, okay. Without further ado, I don't think I have anything else to say. Uh, so have a wonderful rest of your day. Today is Sunday. So I hope that if you watch this video today, you have gone to church. And if you haven't, and you're not Christian, I please um just pay a visit to the church some Sunday. It'll only take you at most 1 or 2 hours, and I know it's summer break for most of you for like a few more weeks, and you're probably not gonna be doing anything on Sunday anyway. So yeah, and not without further ado, and with that, have a great day, and I will see you if you're subscribed to me in my next video. Yeah, bye.